Welcome back to another episode of Ultras 11 podcast. Today, we're joined by our own Chelsea analyst, Julian Rosati. Round of applause for Julian. All right, the button didn't work. Okay. It's okay.
Almost, Joe. Almost.
But yeah, Julian, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Yep, first official guest.
How's it going today?
Happy to be here with the boys. I'm doing great, man. Just first time doing something like this.
Never
Excited?
been on a podcast.
Oh, it's kind of strange, but
Hey, it's new to all of us.
we move.
But we move from here. Joe,
So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it right away.
what are we getting into?
Let's
What controversy you got today?
We got a lot. We got a lot to actually talk about in that regard, but we'll take it slowly. Let's talk about the weekend's fixtures. You know, let's talk about that. What went on? We're just not gonna go over every single fixture like we did last time because that took up literally 30 minutes, and not many people really care about teams.
Yeah,
like
no
a lot
one
of
cares
teams.
about what happened between Leeds and Norwich.
Actually, I did, but it's okay.
Well, it was 2-1 for Leeds, so
Thank
you were
you.
one-
They
if you were
celebrated. They won.
yeah. If you were
the
wondering,
Champions League
if you're
against
wondering,
last place Norwich. But
Hey, Leeds is fighting.
we don't
wins a
talk
win, am I
about
right?
it. We don't talk
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
true. All right. So what league are we gonna start off with first?
Start off with the Prem today.
Start off with the Prem, all
Yeah.
right. So big game there, Man U Spurs.
Man U Spurs. Did you watch that game?
I did. And I feel like Ronaldo saw our last podcast, even though he really didn't.
He
And
definitely saw. He definitely heard the button.
he listened to me chirp him and say, just give it up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
decided, no.
He took it
hold
personal.
on. Yeah.
He definitely took it personal.
I got Michael Jordan by Cristiano Ronaldo. And now I'm the laughing stock of the community.
Yeah. So, yeah, he just went on a complete rampage last game and just proved to everybody that he's not finished.
I
And
still think he's finished.
He's
man.
still finished. 100%.
I still think that first goal that Laurie absurd could have had that.
I agree.
Any other goal he
It was
catches
literally right. It's not like it was perfectly placed. It
No.
was literally when you see it, in
just
slow
reacted,
motion.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah,
You see it
it
in
was
slow
all just
motion. You
reactions.
Yeah,
see his
100%.
hand is right there. Just that's he's old too, though, Loris. He's not even
Yeah,
world
but-
class
Yeah,
like he
that's-
was.
No, but okay.
That's
But at the end of the day, like there was a lot
That's
of
what I'll go with.
there was a lot of criticism to Ronaldo the last past week before leading to the game, and like he shut up a lot of people going after that game. Obviously, you know his time. You watch him play, you can like he can't do it every game. He's not gonna be able to bring that kind of that effort and that the tenacity every game.
Well,
but-
Ralph Ragnick even came out after the game and said maybe this is what we have to do with him. You know, let him train one day,
Send him
go
to
on
Portugal for 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good message
But-
to send to the rest of the team.
So if you're a superstar, you heard it here first. You could just travel.
Yeah, but
And you're good.
Do what you want.
his
Yeah.
problem
Yeah.
is
Who cares?
he wants to play every game. That's his problem.
Well, I mean,
he's not that guy.
I know he's not. He has to realize that.
Well, I mean, Ralph kind of gave him permission to be that guy. Did he not start today in the Champions League
Yeah.
game that meant a lot?
Yeah, but
for
that was
Man U?
that apparently. So I read it was the only reason he started today was because the training session before today's game. He apparently today's game. Oh, today's game he only started because of the last game on the weekend. But the
Yeah,
game on the
exactly.
weekend
Yeah.
apparently so when he came back from that vacation or whatever he took.
He was revitalized.
Yeah, at first Ralph said he wasn't going to start because the time off, the break, but then at practice he was just lighting it up and he was looking good, so they said, "You know what? We'll start him." And
Yeah.
he
probably
popped
cried,
in 3 goals.
Probably
He
cried.
say he
a little.
probably cried. He got his agent involved. Some publicity
And got what he
thing
wanted, yeah.
saying like,
Yeah.
"I deserve more
Probably
than this."
paid Lodi and said, "Yo, I'm gonna hit a couple shots on net today. You
Let
better
him
just
go.
let them slide right in." Pogba called him the favor.
Pogba-
That's what you get with Tottenham, though, man.
Yeah.
They're either
Very
beating Man
inconsistent.
City and
Yeah.
or getting obliterated
Yeah,
by.
you'll watch them one week and they're pumping Man City, they're pumping Liverpool, and then the next week they're losing to Burnley, they're
Yeah.
losing to Man U, and
Most inconsistency.
Yeah.
Well, that's
that's-
what I said last episode. Spurs, literally their biggest opponent is themselves every
Yeah.
single game. It's not who they're going up against, actually. Like, whoever they go up against, they have the ability to beat all of them. They're inconsistent.
Yeah,
They end up
very
playing against
inconsistent.
themselves and then rely on Harry Kane or Son to do something special, and neither of which could perform.
and I really thought that was going to change with Conte coming in.
I mean,
But
he
it
did just
didn't-
come in, though, man.
Obviously,
still a little
he needs
bit-
some time.
He
but
has to have like a proper transfer window.
Yeah.
too. Like,
Yeah,
Kulusevski's
yeah.
obviously like been
I think
really good for them.
Harry Kane, if he I think them selling him and trying to bring in someone else, I think will be better.
See,
for
but
him.
I don't think he leaves though, because he's saying how happy he's with Conte.
I know.
Conte's saying he's the center of the project. So
I do think he feels more important now, and maybe feels that he can actually win something with Conte. But
and like Risky, where does he go now? Like if
yeah,
City's
that's
like,
the thing.
you know
If
what I mean?
if City buys someone else, his options are very limited.
Yeah, because
considering.
no one's gonna spend that on
Well,
an aging Harry Kane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just jump into a topic right now. Saying that whole who does Conte get, whatever, he likes Harry Kane, this, that, and whatever, with the controversy that's surrounding Chelsea, actually. Everyone's saying all these players are linked to leave, all these players are destined to go. Thomas Tuchel is going to Man U, according to Jamie Carragher. So like,
Oh, Kai Havertz going to Liverpool.
Kai
too.
Havertz is
Yeah.
going to
That's another
Liverpool.
one that's gonna happen.
Lukaku would love to be reunited with Conte again because blah,
But then
blah,
also
blah,
go back to
blah,
Inter.
blah, blah.
City wants Reece James.
Yeah, so they're gonna like picked apart, right?
Yeah. So
So, on that topic, Julian,
Armageddon over there.
what the heck is going on in Chelsea right now?
Dark days for us right now, man. I don't know. Just everyone just sees us the downfall that we're going through, and they're just trying to nitpick at us. I mean, a couple guys have said that they're going to play without wages.
Yeah, I
Like
saw
this-
that.
Yeah, so I think it was Mason Mount, Conte, Reece James, Loftus Cheek. So it was like a bunch of the academy guys.
I was going to
said
say a
that
bunch of
they're
yeah.
fine without getting paid, and then a couple guys have come out and said they'll help pay for any travel that they may have to go through.
Yeah.
So
You love seeing that too. Like seeing the players like saying that, like they'll cover like
the camaraderie
for the
just,
bus. Yeah,
and I think that all starts with Tuchel because
he's given a lot of character to
absolutely
this
immense
team,
through this.
and he's been amazing handling this whole like a lot of coaches they would not know how to handle this situation the
absolutely.
team's going through.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And
not.
every interview you hear and anything you hear him talking about the situation's going, he handles it perfectly.
Yeah.
Says what he needs to say, and that's it. Doesn't say too much, doesn't say too little.
And all hear all these pundits and these other coaches saying that like he's been like they like him even more now. How he's handled it. It's been
'Cause
amazing.
he handled it perfect. And I'm saying like a lot of coaches they would have cracked. They would have
Yeah.
either said like the classic like, oh, I don't want I just want to talk football. I don't
Yeah,
want to get
that's
into
it.
it. But he said it perfectly.
No, I think the way they're handling it as a club, like the players, the staff, everything like that, it's perfect.
They're doing what they can, like
Yeah.
to the best of their
They're
abilities.
genuinely making light of the situation
Yeah,
too.
of
With
course.
Tuchel's comments, like in every press conference, there's always a new joke that he makes. He'll rent a 7-seater bus if it's not possible. Like he's making light of the situation.
But he's saying it like, hey, they'll do whatever it takes to go to every game and to not make it like anything happen or like miss out games or forfeit games because at the end of the day they still want to play. They're still a team.
They still want to remain competitive, and like rightfully so. They have the team to do it. They
Yeah,
have
oh yeah,
everything to do it,
100%.
obviously. So like,
They have all the tools.
and again, it's terrible that these players and the staff, the coach, everything, they're all getting punished because of what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. And again, I get it. Like war, it's a serious thing. I want it to happen to anyone, but like.
Yeah, I just kind of think it's a double standard though, because you have like Newcastle and City with their Saudi owners, and like there's a genocide going on in Yemen. There's just the other day the 81, what's the word? It's not assassination.
Slaughtered, murdered.
There was like 81 murders.
Genocide.
Yeah. Something like that. Okay, there's an 81 like murders or something in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And Eddie Howe was asked about it. Eddie Howe was asked about it. He guys want to talk football.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, just because this whole Russia-Ukraine is obviously the main topic in the whole world right now.
That's why right now.
That's why it's just like, okay,
all
you know
you're
what? We
hearing
got to
about
join
this.
society and the world in taking all these actions against Russia.
Yeah.
You see everybody else trying to force Russia out of doing any business around the world. So there's just the thing to do right now. So they're just trying to get Roman out of the UK, which I mean I agree with. Don't want him doing business in the UK. That's fine.
But why?
But just the situation could have been handled a lot.
It could have.
differently.
It could have. I get it, but you want to force him out. Don't do business because of his ties with Putin or whatever. Okay, that's fine. But you don't cap the club at 20K.
Yeah.
Limit spending on travel. You close their shop, their cafeteria.
I saw a lot of sponsorships that they had in general as well, like pulled out and don't want to be associated with Chelsea.
Yeah, but some of them are actually standing. Like I saw
so-
Travago was like, no, like we're standing.
Yeah.
We can't
Yeah.
wait for the new deal. They did today. They were
Yeah.
filming a commercial. Like,
we
with
sent
Travago.
out 3 players
Yeah,
as like a
do that.
kind
So
of a thank
it's
you
good to
type
see
of thing.
some companies are still saying, like we're standing with them. Like we're not just gonna.
I think Nike was our
abandon them.
biggest
Yeah.
one because that was like a 500+ mil deal.
Yeah.
And that would have just put us absolutely in the mud.
Yeah, no, Nike. That was huge, but it's good seeing that those guys stand up and say like, yeah, like we're still standing by them. We're not just gonna pull away.
But I mean, again, it just doesn't make sense though that they're punishing more so the club than Abramovich at this point because he's not making any money from the club. He said from the beginning, any money that I make from this is going to go to Ukraine Relief Fund, and then the government decided to step in and say, "Oh no, we're going to oversee this all," and who knows where that money's going to go now.
Yeah, no, it's
So I mean, what does the war have to do with these people's livelihoods that are not working and not making any money because everything's closed within the club?
Well, again, a part of me actually, I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist and I'll get attacked for saying this, but a part of me just feels like this is to deflect from the UK government being shambolic itself. You know, so they're just trying to make Roman Abramovich right now in Chelsea, like they're taking the headlines. Boris Johnson is terrible.
Yeah,
and I don't mean to get political again. Political policy, politics and sports don't go hand in hand. But you're literally going to take this guy's money away. It's like me buying a beer, like a pack of beer, wow, a 6-pack of beer, and then someone taking it from me and saying, no, you know what? You're not allowed to have that anymore, and you're not going to get your money back either. It's like, why?
Yeah.
He, at the end of the day, it's his money he invested in the club, and he was going to donate all the money. Like, it's like...
Yeah, and now the league's
sense.
gonna keep it because they seized it. Now
But
it's gonna
what
be
more
their
money does the league need? The league
Joe.
is very comfortable.
Executions is the word I was looking for, by the way.
There you
81
go.
executions. But yeah, they're just trying to make an example out of us at this point.
Yeah,
Like
that's what it is. Oh, that's what it comes down
it feels
to.
like every single day it's something new.
But so you're telling what the message they are sending to me is, since it's another European country that it's happening to, it matters. But if it's not a European country, it's Middle East or whatever, it's not as important.
Well,
So like you're not going to punish Manchester City. You're not going to
I think because
punish Newcastle.
it's in like the spotlight right now. It's
Yeah.
like what's the major
Yeah,
event
that's
going
the
on in the
focus
world
right now.
that like they have to do something, and they're just gonna make an example out of him, and even more so the club right now. I don't see how any of this is even affecting him anymore.
Yeah.
He's not making any money from the club.
No, it's all being attacked. Like the club's
Yeah.
being attacked right
Like
now.
he was gonna sell it.
Yeah.
They give a deadline by Friday to have bids in. He was never gonna keep the money. He was gonna he didn't want his loan back. He was gonna give it to Ukraine. But now, like I feel like the government just made it something even more.
Yeah,
than
they're
it
blowing
should
the
be.
whole thing up.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's getting quite ridiculous.
Yeah, and I saw a video today. It was in court. I think it was the chief executive officer, I don't know, for Chelsea. But like, so right now, what they're trying to fight for, in this state, is that basically Chelsea, like the club, they go back to being able to sell tickets again.
Yeah, like operate as a club.
Like sell merchandise, have money just to travel, and just basically don't punish the team, but find a way so he gets punished, not the team.
Well, that's how it should have been.
And now they're trying to figure out that. But the judge and they're saying like no, it's got to be like we can't have this, and they're trying to fight for it, but they're going really like back and forth right now in the court, and honestly I don't know what's going to come out of the situation. I just hope that Chelsea just don't get like completely ruined after this, because that would be like horrible.
Yeah,
to
our
see a club
chairman
like
came
that.
out, Bruce Buck, and he said that there is like enough funds to complete the season without going into financial ruin.
Yeah,
So that's a positive, but
well, that's good to hear.
you can only get so far with that if we
Yeah.
can't sell tickets.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see what fans not being able to buy tickets, come watch a team, buying a jersey in the store,
Yeah.
food at a concession stand.
Well, the
That's
game
not
for
stopping the
the game
war.
for Leo. How many fans are they gonna have there now?
Well, the Leo game tomorrow is fine. That's the last thing that they booked. It was the Middlesbrough game
Yeah.
this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're allocated 46 or 4,500 tickets
Mm-hmm.
for our fans when they're allocated 30K because it's their home stadium,
Yeah, I
rightfully
mean,
so.
that
But
makes sense.
absurd difference. But only 500, 600 tickets were sold before these sanctions,
And they won't sell anymore.
and now we can't sell anymore. So we're just Chelsea came out and said they want to play behind closed doors because I think just to kind of put pressure on the government to kind of relieve some of the restrictions. Say, okay, you know what, you can sell some tickets.
Yeah, you can
have
sell some, maybe
Yeah.
bring some more fans in.
But Chelsea even came out and said, can we give away tickets to the fans for free so that we have some supporters there, because we're going to play in front of 30,000 opposing
30,000
fans,
fans.
and
Compared to 500.
it's a terrible atmosphere,
Yeah.
especially everything going on. You only have rival fans there, but between that and them, how they're going to get to this game because nothing's booked.
Because nothing's booked.
And we only have 20,000 to
Which
allocate
that's
on
crazy.
stay and
Like,
everything.
How do you you're giving them that, like, you're basically giving them the money to say, here, here's 20,000, go and fail because you can't get
try to do
anywhere with
something
this money.
yeah.
Like it's just a slap in the face. It's so stupid. But
I don't see how this is doing anything to Roman. Like it doesn't. He's not making any money anymore from the club.
It's nothing to do with Roman now. It's all about the club. It's all about them.
Like they give the green lights for the club to be sold. Yeah. They have bids in. So
Did anything happen, Joe, with that? What was it the Saudi guy?
Saudi guy.
What was his name?
The Turkish
guy. The Turkish guy. Yeah.
From last that I learned is he wants to take the government to court actually because he was trying to say that like the whole ruling and stuff like that, it doesn't make sense. Him and Abramovich are friends, but besides that, it's from like a business standpoint. Yeah. And like
nobody, no one's associate themselves now with him.
Yeah, and he was trying to say that like, you know, like what the country's doing, the people shouldn't suffer. Like the people of the country shouldn't be suffering.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's like you're punishing Abramovich because yes, there was ties with Putin back then or even more so recently. But like England, Chelsea Football Club have nothing to do with this war.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have the people saying, well, they were funded for the last 19, 20 years from dirty money, which, okay, I understand. But
isn't all money dirty?
But him coming into the league, that makes you think, if they're finding this all out now, what criteria he had to go through to own a football club.
Yeah,
and
they didn't know background
how was
check.
this not known?
Yeah, and at first, it was great for them.
So they must have
looked
looked over it and said, like, okay, you know what, we'll brush it aside. It's something that happened in the past. And look at the amount of money he's brought into the economy, the club, and everything. But now, like I said, because it's under the spotlight, they're acting like it's all new to them. Like, we didn't know all this stuff about him. So, I mean, that just makes you think about what you have to go through to actually own a club. And it feels like he just showed them the money and said, okay, yeah, no problem, buy the club.
Well, that
and
just
didn't
makes
do
you
any
think,
checks on him or anything. So
that makes you think about even the new owners that are coming in, like the Newcastle owners. Like, have they done anything dirty?
Have they checked them at all?
Well, and it's just like, and I'm not trying to pick on like certain club owners and stuff like that. Like, I welcome money into the game because it makes for a more entertaining thing. But it just goes to show you that these guys could easily be swayed by the money.
Of course, yeah. And now I know that going forward, especially for Chelsea, for the new owners, they're looking at especially like politically sensitive countries.
Yeah.
So anybody coming in from Saudi, like that $2.7 billion bid from the Saudi media group.
Yeah.
And then they have plans to rebuild a stadium, big focus on the men's and women's teams, the academies.
Yeah, they actually have a good
That'd
plan.
probably be the most ideal, especially money coming in.
Yeah.
They have like a network
especially
of like 1.4
even
trillion.
grow the women's game.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge step for any president to like actually want to take.
Apparently their own entity, they don't have any direct links to the government, but because it's a politically sensitive thing, like I said, especially with what's going on with Roman, I doubt it that they're going to be looked at.
So who's the front runners to try to
now
sign,
it's the Bowley Wiz Consortium, and it just that one, the third guy who came in is a businessman, but he's a Tottenham fan. But I mean, Bowley is part owner of the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I don't like baseball, but they're probably well run.
Yeah, they're well run.
But it's really the only three major ones in right now is the Bowley Consortium, the Saudi Media Group, and then Nick Candy.
Yeah,
which for me, either Saudi, obviously the money.
Yeah, the money
and
coming
what
in
they say they're going to do for the club.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Did you see that stadium that they want to build? It's beautiful.
And I'm pretty sure the Prem blocked like Roman trying to build a stadium.
Yeah, they did.
Like 2 years ago, like 1.5 billion, they blocked it. So
maybe you're trying to build a new one.
And now that's one of the key factors in somebody taking over. They're like, what about the stadium? Like, we have to like pay for that.
Yeah.
So,
do you think they maybe have had it out for Roman for more than like the last couple of years?
You said it, man.
I think the league, like
there's an
you're
agenda
talking about the league, right?
Yeah. Like in general, like even the media, because I feel like a lot of this is making Roman out to be like
but I think they just.
he isn't the best guy.
You just never heard like anything about it because there was really never anything to kind of say other than that, like the fact that he's Russian and like has ties with Putin, but he was never like did anything bad. He just knew he was the owner of Chelsea and that's about it.
And people are obviously going to talk bad about him because he has money. And they're like, oh, look, this guy's buying his success.
Exactly. Yeah. Anybody that has money, everyone just downplays because they
it worked out for him. He's been one of the most successful owners with the time he's taken over. So, you know what I mean? So
you think he just did it just by getting lucky and just spending his money? He still bought the right guys and he built championship teams, like teams that have
He invested into their youth.
Yeah.
That's something that Chelsea hasn't done.
And you saw it. You saw it in their youth.
Coming to fruition now.
Yeah.
Like,
never mind what Carragher says. Like you look at their youth academy and like they have like prospects coming out. You look at the guys that have come from there and look how good they are now, and how much of a potential they have to get to. Yeah, obviously.
Thank you for Tammy Abraham.
No problem. We'll buy him back soon. If we can.
How with the money you guys have right now?
If we're still a team.
Obviously, you have to look at like what these guys do with their careers, but in the time being, like you look at these Mason Mount, Tammy, Declan Rice, you look at these guys and like they're like these
Chalaba.
Chalaba. Dude, they have great potential.
Oh yeah, 100%, and that goes down to the ownership actually putting the money in to invest.
Yeah,
and to my knowledge, all the players you just mentioned and we mentioned in general were all English players.
Yeah,
are they not?
Yeah.
So you're now taking. I'm not saying these kids maybe came from like bad experiences or whatever the case is, but you are now taking kids that could potentially, I don't know their history again, off the streets and then giving them a career and giving them a chance to be something greater.
Did Tomori come from there too?
Tomori,
yeah.
That's another one. Look at him. Look at the season he's having.
The amount of players that have come from our academy are playing either in the Prem or the Championship or even overseas.
Overseas, like they're
it's insane.
That's what I mean. Like, how does that just get swept under the rug? Because again, it goes back to what the Turkish guy said. You can't punish the people in the country because of what's going on in the country. Did you hear about that Ukrainian soccer player? Hold on.
Yarmolenko?
No.
Well, I mean, while you're pulling that up,
I may butcher his name when I say it. He's 44 years old.
Joe.
I know I'm slacking. Timochuk. I don't know him. I don't think I've ever heard of him either. But apparently, Ukraine themselves actually want to strip him of every cap he's ever played for Ukraine, and it's 144. They want to strip him of every title he won, every career accolade he's accomplished to this point, just because he refuses to stop working for Zenit. Because he played for Zenit and then he retired with Zenit.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to punish him and strip him of everything he has.
Because
he refuses to give up his career / his job / his means of income.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
With Zenit. That's crazy.
That's a little too much now.
Like they're trying to go away. Like focus on the war. Focus on stopping that. Don't focus on other people that are just living their lives and you just want to punish them because of where they're from.
This is what I don't get. They're trying to say that these guys are all promoting the war by not putting a stop to like any ties with Russia or Russian players or this and that. It's like even Artem Zubia. I don't know if I pronounced that right. That big 6'8" guy.
Sounds right.
You know that guy. Even him, he's getting in trouble because he refused to comment on it. He's now like almost being forced into retirement because he just doesn't have a comment for the war.
But you're gonna see that a lot now with like even managers are gonna start getting questioned heavily on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know politics, soccer, you don't bring it to sport, but with everything going on, they're gonna start hammering with the questions. Yeah. That reporters are gonna have to ask these questions and they're gonna have to be answered.
But it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Like, why? Why do they need to be asked? And I get it.
It's what's going on. It's basically who they work for. Yeah. Like, let's just say like an Eddie Howe. His works for Newcastle. He was asked about the executions, and he said, "I just want to focus on football." That's not the only question you're gonna get. Pep's gonna start getting asked questions too. Like they're gonna start asking these questions because
they're kind of like the face of said organization.
And but like these journalists, that's their job to ask these questions that like everyone wants to know the answer to, or just questions that they just find interesting. Hey, like what's going on here? And you're like, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah, see,
they just want to get any dirt that they can.
I genuinely will always stick to it. I don't think like it should be involved again unless it is taking a toll on like the athletes itself. Mm-hmm. Then okay, fine. Yeah, ask that question. Like if there's Ukrainian players stuck in the war, yes, 100%. Then start questioning it. Like the coaches of Shakhtar and whatever, like. Those guys, start questioning them, like, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Like, that I could understand. But these guys that are overseas that aren't even Ukrainian or Russian or whatever.
What's ruining everything, and it's not even just soccer. Like, you notice it in everything, especially nowadays in 2022, cancel culture. Oh my God. Everyone wants to cancel everybody if they're associated with something or if they said something. They want them done. They want their career done.
Yeah.
For what reason? Okay, everyone says something wrong. No one's perfect. Yeah. Everyone makes a mistake. And everyone wants people punished for stuff they've said in the past. Even they'll find stuff that 20 years ago, like I said, or something that they did. Oh yeah, look what they did. Everyone wants them canceled. No one wants to hear about them anymore. And that you see that now in soccer. It's like all this like with stuff happening in Russia now. They want every Russian that's not in Russia to be punished.
Yeah.
Whether they're famous, a superstar, this, that, they want them punished.
Yeah, I don't really understand
And it's wrong.
at all. And again, Chelsea is the face of that.
Yeah, and like when we asked for our sanctions to be lifted, somebody from the government came out and said like, oh, like they have to be realistic. There's people dying, losing their lives in a war. I understand, I'm sympathetic to it, but
what does that have to do with a football club?
What does fans not being able to buy tickets, a jersey from the store?
Yeah.
Are limited on our spend for travel. How is that going to help? Like, what's that doing?
When you hear them talk, it sounds like the way they're making it seem like all that money from the sales, the jerseys, everything, it's going right into his pocket.
Yeah,
but none of it is. So why are I don't get why they're making such a big deal of it.
To me, again, I don't really know. It's just Chelsea's on the front end of it. They're the face of this whole political attack type of thing. It's okay, not so much attack, wrong word to use, but they're the face of it, and the players are the ones that suffer the most.
Yeah, obviously.
You know, like if I'm playing for Chelsea, it's going to be even hard for a lot of these guys to want to renew because they're the face of.
They can't even renew.
No. But you know what I mean? Like hypothetically, even if they were able to renew, with all this negative publicity around them, would you even want to be associated with that? You know, like
you could look at it one of two ways. It's either no, I want to get away from this, or it's like no, we'll get through this as like a club.
Yeah, but a lot of the players,
you'll get that divide in the players. I think
that's
coming in the summer, you'll get the players that say like, I want to stay, and I don't care what we go through. Like I want to fight for this club, and some people, like I want to look at my career. Like I don't want to, go through this and ruin a couple years of my career, and they'll want to make that move.
But that's what I mean. Like it's really putting a hinder on them for that reason.
Yeah,
like
big time.
Azpilicueta renewing or Christensen even.
But those two were like that was before this whole thing.
Yeah,
that was already.
No, I know,
that.
but I just think it could make it their decision that much easier.
Well, yeah, it makes it more for them
because it's like
clear.
Okay, you know what? Do I really want my last couple years like more so for Azpilicueta?
It just sucks. Christensen like came up with us, like we kind of like grew him into the player he is, and we can't make a doll off of him because he's leaving for free. But Azpilicueta, there's like a clause in his contract that if he hits like a certain amount of caps, within like certain competitions, that we could extend him another year.
Yeah.
So like that's what basically the plan for him is. So him on Barca is like kind of in the air. Even with these stuff going on, we can still kind of extend it. So.
Yeah.
I feel like everything depends on just what happens now in this.
With bids end Friday. It's the last day of the deadline.
What do you mean bids end Friday?
The deadline for bids for the club is Friday.
That they're taking bids and they're taking
bids for the club.
They're listening until Friday.
No, yeah. So sorry.
I don't know how else to say it.
He's speaking English.
Sorry, I was just grabbing my laptop. I just meant like so wait, like after Friday.
Like, yeah.
No one else is allowed to bid. So like literally in 2 months.
I could put subtitles on the thing if you want after. There's no other way to really explain it. But yeah,
for me, what I'm trying to say is like, what if nobody bid?
No, there is bid.
I'm saying the what if.
Then someone's gonna go in with a last minute bid of like $1 and buy the club.
Then we go into administration at the end of the season and we 9-point deduction and
exactly.
Hey, Chelsea Football Club.
That is crazy.
Next year they'll be called the Blue Lions.
We'll be playing.
You're only gonna be available for Pez.
Yeah, exactly.
As London Blue.
I don't know. It's just crazy times, man. Crazy times. I just hope that we do find.
Especially after the season that they had, you wouldn't think that like Chelsea would be going
through
like
something 0
like
man.
that. Like,
Champions League 2 comes in,
insane.
changes the whole club.
Hey, listen,
that's really insane.
He's going to be backed in the summer heavily by Roman and
the Dark Knight.
So we can't even extend someone's contract.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah,
I'm getting dirty.
Anyway,
Roman Abramovich is now the villain of it all. That's what I'm trying to say. He was the hero, and now he's the villain.
You brought up the Batman reference because of Rudiger.
Yeah. Wait,
because he is the Batman.
Yeah. That's exactly why I brought it up. Yeah. Not that I thought the line was clever or whatever. For sure. Rudiger.
Don't quote the Batman again.
Chelsea legend Rudiger though.
He is a Chelsea legend. I love Rudiger. King Tony.
King Tony.
All right.
Anyways, other than dude, have you seen the standings recently for the Prem?
Yeah, Liverpool could take it. What did I tell you before?
Man City is bottling it.
What did I tell you before? Liverpool still is in with a shout.
We were one game.
You guys are one game back.
11 points behind.
Yeah, I'll say a little bit.
Did you say 11 points behind?
It's Chelsea
with game at a time, Joe.
Chelsea with 59, Liverpool with 66, and then Man City with 70.
Yeah, see.
And
we have a game to play.
And Chelsea.
Liverpool has 2, don't they?
Chelsea and Liverpool both got a game in hand.
game in hand.
Arsenal has 3 games in hand.
Oh, late comeback for the Gunners.
Well, sure,
eh?
they have one COVID thing in somebody's family member in their club, and
Tottenham-
they get a games rescheduled.
Tottenham has 2 games in hand. Tottenham's also in 8th place. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I think the bigger one is Everton, all the way fighting for relegation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we talk about
I was
that
gonna say, I
briefly?
couldn't really see Everton. I had to kind of scroll down here.
They actually might get relegated. They got
That's
some hard games coming up,
crazy.
too.
Who's their coach right now?
Frank Lampard.
Yeah, man.
But in fairness to him, they signed him, what,
Frankie.
3 games ago?
Yeah, but
4
it's his
games
fault
ago?
now
Yeah.
that they're doing this bad.
Yeah,
it's
now
all his
everyone's
fault.
pointing the blame on him. Oh, you can't get the best out of your
Look at-
attackers. Calvert-Lewin was firing at the beginning of the season.
Look at what Ancelotti's doing with Real Madrid, and he was there and doing the same thing.
Well,
You're
that's
gonna
what I
blame
mean.
Ancelotti?
I think Everton is literally. I think they need to get
At
relegated.
what point are you gonna start? Like, you have to blame the club.
I'm a firm believer. Some teams need to reset.
Yeah.
They need to go down a little bit and just reevaluate themselves.
like Roma a little bit. Like, they just need to kind of
Yeah.
Get back to put their feet on the ground
Yeah,
and start
I
start
agree with
fresh.
that one,
My
yeah.
feet can't reach the ground.
Yeah, no, we know that.
So
we
their
figured
feet
that. We figured
don't
out.
need
We
to
figured
touch
that
the
out before we
ground,
started this.
All right, it's perfectly
It's
fine.
it's a normal sized coach too, by the way.
It's not normal
He's
size.
just a
This is
meme.
made for giants.
He's just
You know how deep it goes.
Disproportionate.
he's built
disproportionate.
different.
Yeah,
Literally.
I give meaning to that saying. So I mean, I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you guys.
But
Wait.
when did Everton get so bad?
Well, I
Like,
think
I'm
they had-
still shook. I'm
I
still
think, like,
shook. I'm looking at this.
Richarlison and,
I'm looking at the standing. I'm shook.
I think Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison were injured for a bit, and that's when they
But
kind
the
I
of.
was gonna
drop
say,
that like
And before this, and Dele Alli and
oh
Van
yeah,
de
yeah,
Beek.
yeah. Yeah, but still, I feel like that was.
I feel like
still, they've been there
Richarlison
for a
and
couple months.
Calvert-Lewin, with their goal scoring last season and like the season
Yeah.
before, I believe it was, kind of covered up for how bad
For how
Everton
bad the actual
is.
team was.
exactly when
You
once
know what
one
I
of them's out.
Yeah,
they'll score goals.
it's like kind of like Tottenham and Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He wasn't firing at the beginning of the season,
And they couldn't win a game.
Tottenham couldn't win or salvage anything. They were getting heroes out of nowhere. Now, Harry Kane's firing, and they're looking
Well, I mean, you also
little
got
bit
Son
better.
there though. No Harry Kane without Son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
okay,
the
yes.
best duo in the
Son,
Prem.
Yes.
Son is
Prem
still
history.
Son is still crazy, man.
They just surpassed Drogba and Lampard. So.
Did they actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but different eras. Different eras.
Yeah.
I feel like now it's more of a free scoring game, whereas like back then it was like games were close. Minus if you went against Bayern Munich, they decided to just rail everybody.
Bayern, I think, just they have no remorse.
Yeah, they don't feel bad. Poor things.
When we play them in Champions League final, we'll beat them.
This year, you're gonna play them in the Champions League
Yeah.
final.
Go with a bang.
No.
Yeah, we'll see.
Win
Well,
back-to-back Champions Leagues.
if
and we're
they're-
full.
By then, Chelsea will fold us a club.
I was gonna say,
No,
if they're-
no, we
if they're-
fin- we
if they're
finished
still
the
a team.
season.
If they're still a team,
We finished the rest
that we
of the
gotta
season.
see. Because if they're not a team by then who knows?
What you guys don't realize is Mourinho has secretly put a bid in for Chelsea with all the money he's made from being fired as a coach.
he's a
he is
secret buyer.
now- he is now slowly submerging his way in there. Why do you think he preferred not to speak that time with Manchester United?
It's true.
For this moment now, he's a time traveler. I know you see it on TikTok, but Mourinho is the original time traveler.
He might be.
I'm telling you, I'm onto something
Well,
with this.
speaking about Mourinho, we're gonna jump here to Serie A.
Nice little transition.
Wasn't really too crazy this weekend.
Yeah, standard
You know,
results.
Milan, they got the win as they should have. It was a tight game, but
That's my
they-
Serie A team.
they got the win.
Really? Why?
My brother.
Oh, okay.
You gotta support.
Only team I watch.
Gotta support the house, man.
Yeah. I mean, my other brother supports Juve, but
Yeah, but we don't talk about you, but they fix stuff.
I mean, we didn't fix the game this weekend. 1-3-1. Great big result.
Every Juve-
Aren't they the only
Morata with
undefeated
the brace. Yeah, only undefeated in Europe right now.
I guess
15
we
games.
won't talk about that though.
15
whatever.
games. No, I prefer not to speak. We'll see when the season finishes.
Nah, if they
Huge-
come back and win the league, man, that league's got to fold.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, if they
Even
win the league,
I have to say that, too.
if Juve wins the league, this is my bold claim. I will literally get tattooed on my leg. They're saying I will get
I will bring
Fino
him.
alla fine
I will bring him.
tattooed on
Alright.
my leg.
Okay. Say no more.
I feel like
And
I
you're
should've
gonna
did
like,
that.
say it written exactly how I have mine around your whole leg.
Yeah,
Yeah?
fine, deal. I'll
Okay.
do it. I'll do it.
Deal.
That's with your left hand. That's bad luck. So see, you just put a curse on your own team. Not too late. Too late.
Or did he put a curse on you?
Oh.
Who knows?
Roma's already cursed. We
Well,
suck.
yeah, I was like, you've seen them this weekend. So
Okay,
For the-
Udinese is a good team.
I know they are. for the standings wise,
good one.
it was a good weekend because Atlanta tied,
They're both
Roma tied, Inter tied.
Nice,
I mean,
nice.
Inter should have lost because them scoring the 93rd minute plus. Did you see what happened during that game?
No.
The call that should have been a penalty.
No.
Didn't even get looked at. VAR not even a thing.
Again, VAR chooses. They
VAR?
choose. It's not a matter of like, oh yeah, every play is carefully checked. No play is carefully checked.
No.
If they raise
Look at this.
enough of a stink, then yeah, sure they'll check. So
Hey, I mean, in the Chelsea game, there was a penalty shout that VAR into VAR, so I love VAR.
what was that stat you said earlier before we recorded about Newcastle and Chelsea actually?
Oh, because you said there was no good games on this weekend.
Yeah.
You said United was the biggest game.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was the most entertaining.
That was the biggest game.
Well, I said, Chelsea Newcastle because Newcastle's the most accumulated points in 2022.
Yeah,
that's a
they're
crazy
most
stat.
informed.
That's
Yeah,
a crazy
with
stat. I
Liverpool
didn't
and
know
Madrid.
that. See, I would have never have guessed that because it's
You throw
Newcastle.
End of the story. You throw Newcastle and Serie A, they're undefeated.
No, that's not true. They lose.
I don't think so.
Maybe the only
Anyways.
team that puts up a fight is Juve.
100%. So this was what did not get called against Inter, what should have been a pen.
How should that have been a pen? You can't just show a picture.
I know. I can't find the. I
thought
can't
it was
find.
gonna be a video.
I can't find the
Yeah,
video.
for a video, you can't just show a
I can't
picture.
find the video. It's not loading. But he didn't even touch the ball. He hit the guy's foot.
Okay, but what's
The
It was
fix
in
is
the.
in.
It was in the box. The guy went to. Belotti was going for it. He went to go stick out his foot to get in front of the ball, and he hit Belotti's foot. Didn't touch the ball. And they didn't even look at it.
listen to give away a penalty shot that could decide the game within
Joe, it was.
the 90th minute. That's
it wasn't in
pretty
the.
crazy.
It wasn't in the 90th.
You just
I
said
think it was-
93rd.
No.
No.
So
I thought I heard
Torino.
93rd.
No. Torino went up 1-0.
Come
Then that happened. It was in the first half. I think it was like the 30th minute. That happened. No call. And then Inter tied it in the 90th minute at the end of the game.
Oh,
Yeah. So they could have went up 2-0 going into the half.
I think Inter scored in the 93rd.
Yes.
that's what he
Yeah.
said. I heard 93rd though. I wasn't.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
you
their
weren't.
last
You're
minute
not losing it.
merchants.
Yeah. They do it in the. They do it in the last minute. But that's what I'm saying. If they scored in the last minute and that was given a penalty, it would have been 2-1.
So what are the
Or to make a
standings
completely different
looking
game.
like in Italy that you want to make this outrageous claim that Juve could still win
not-
the Scudetto?
I'm not saying Juve is gonna win.
And it's not outrageous.
I'm just saying, man. Like I've seen crazier things happen. So Milan and Napoli both got 29 games. Milan's at 63, Napoli's at 60, Inter's at 28 games. They got a game in hand. They're at 59 points, and we're at 29 games with 56. So we're 3 points behind third place.
It's pretty close. man.
Inter, and we're not that far off Milan. Obviously, like one step at a time. Like let's get to third place. Let's get to second place. But realistically, Milan and Inter, because I think Napoli will, but Milan and Inter, they have 2-3 tie games. They lose games. All Juve needs to do is just keep this consistent and keep winning the games they need to be.
Yeah.
Because our next hardest
This
game
is
is
the Juve
against
team
Inter.
that couldn't do well without Ronaldo. like
Yeah,
I said.
that we couldn't score.
Well, I mean,
And now wait, who's out of Champions League and who's still in? Yeah, we got to play tomorrow. But
I was gonna say you guys play a game.
But hey,
daily.
hey, we lost
let's
we lost
hope-
1 day longer
Hey, listen,
than Ronaldo.
Let's hope we all don't live in the yellow submarine tomorrow and you guys lose. That was
Yeah,
a
no.
really bad pun. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Joe, I
I
kinda-
just saw Ro put his head down. I apologize. I'll
Kinda-
just
I don't
want-
know what to say to that one.
Kind of want to kick you off for that one, but let's move past that.
all right. So
But going into talking about Champions League, actually, did you watch any of the games today? I know there was only the 2 games today, right? The Benfica Ajax and the Man U Atletico.
yeah. And it was a Diego Simeone masterclass.
I watched that whole
love
game
it.
today,
I
man.
love it.
That team, that playing style, like if I was a fan, I would get so like aggravated.
I would get fired up.
They were playing. They were clearing the ball from the 60th minute.
yeah. Joe,
Who does that?
The second half started, it was the 47th
Guys,
minute, and they
listen.
cleared the ball up the field
Clearance-
to nobody.
Clearance is a skill.
I get that, but
Alright.
like they get a lead, and they're like, okay, yeah, we don't want the ball, and they just kick it up the field.
yeah,
they don't
well,
want it.
that's the point. We don't want it. We know we could defend. We know our ability
I
lies in defending
feel
and
like-
counterattacking.
I feel like just
Griezmann was playing right wing back
He was.
with Marcos Llorente at one point,
Griezmann
and I loved
Griezmann
it.
had an insane game today. Like one of
And
his probably
it
best this year.
Fired me up.
Yeah,
I love Marcos
but
Llorente too.
I think just Ronaldo himself over the years has proved to Atletico why their playing style is very fraud, and like you just attack them, they'll
with the
break.
right, okay, but with the right team, you attack it yes, it
But
breaks
play
down.
this.
Obviously,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you need to attack it in the right way.
well, clearly, Man U didn't.
No, because Man
But
U,
that's what I'm
Man
trying
U
to
are
say.
just like they're like
That's
they're
what
not good.
I'm just
They're not a good team.
to
Like, I
me,
watched them
that's
play.
what I'm
They're
saying.
not
Like,
good.
I would love if my team was able to hold off teams for 90 minutes like that after we got our goal.
But you put them,
That's amazing.
Put that team against like a team that'll actually like a Chelsea team without Lukaku on the field. put them at Chelsea. Chelsea will smoke. They did last year. Chelsea smoked them last year.
Okay, yeah, obviously, his system has its flaws. There,
Big.
100%, it has its flaws. But when it's on its day, when they play like they did today,
Who, Atletico?
yeah.
But even if it's on their day,
as a fan, I would love that. I would love. I'm also supporting Roma, who like within the first 5 minutes of every game.
Who's even talking about?
No, but I'm just trying to say.
Somehow
I'm just trying to say why, like defending like that kind of tactic.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's such an underrated tactic, and he gets attacked for it, Simeone, and
But I see
it playing style's ugly. But honestly, man, I wish if my team I supported was able to do that, that'd be crazy.
But see, and this is
It would be great.
this is why. Hold on. This is why I feel like when you said that, like me and Julian, we kind of shook our heads, and a guy like you wants that because I feel like a team like Roma is like that level. If your team
Yeah.
play like that and you guys can hold a lead and just clear the ball a game, you would love that. So
So
like,
wait.
if my team play like that, I would hate that.
Are you saying Simeone isn't cut out for a big team then?
No, I mean like since the last played United,
honestly-
they're undefeated.
No,
in the
no,
league. They won the last 3 games.
Yeah.
What he doing works.
No, but I'm saying but are you asking like if he went to another team?
Yeah.
I think he would struggle.
Why?
I just think his style, man.
yeah.
It's like Atletico Madrid's that very like gritty team.
Well, that's
And
because they
They all
got
have
the
the same
players.
passion that he has.
They,
man. They're all like
yeah, but that's because
versions
he
of him.
grew
Yeah.
those players into that. He
They're
molded the
merchants, man.
players.
Yeah,
into
that's what I
it.
mean. So what club
So
is he gonna go to? And
he
do that
could
against?
go to another team and install
Yeah,
that image.
But Joel,
into
but it's different because like teams in England, they have like an actual style of play.
what dump and chase. Two goals.
No, they
Who?
they
Now
do.
Have you ever actually watched a Man United game?
Okay, but
How those guys literally
Man
Harry
United game.
Maguire just bombs the ball down the field, hoping
But,
someone
Joe,
latches onto it.
But we already established that Man U's garbage.
yeah,
So-
I'm sure, I'm
okay.
not sure how he's even a
Stop
professional
comparing
player.
Man U.
No,
Dump
okay.
and chase.
In England, the only like I will honestly say this again, whatever. To me, it's only Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. Even Liverpool, I'd argue a little bit about, but Chelsea, Man City,
the only
they
honestly,
have a clear image that's different from the rest of England. You watch any other team play, it's literally kind of like watching FIFA. It's these long balls. It's not dump and chase, but it's just constant long balls. Jurgen Klopp's men counterattacking gods,
yeah.
switching the play 24/7. Like, don't get me wrong, I guess that is its own style in a way, but it's nothing crazy. It's an extremely high press with a lethal counterattack.
But you watch Simeone's style, man. It's I for me personally, I just don't think I think it would fit in Serie A, his style. I think you put him on a
feel
half
like-
decent team.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he would
Like
make
a half
something
decent
work.
team like
Roma.
like a Roma.
Yeah, like that. Like like whatever. Like I don't think he has like he would still have to work to get to like that bigger like that.
He's also
Milan,
like a
Inter,
long-term
Juve.
coach. He's not like there
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like
you know,
2
he-
years
yeah, he's
and
not
my
there,
image
no.
is implemented.
But that's
boom,
also
see you later.
that's more of like a Serie A thing too,
Yeah.
where I feel like
But that they keep the coach for a long time.
no that they keep the coach for a year and the guy
Oh,
the guy
yeah.
loses,
I was gonna say, wait, no.
the guy
Serie
goes
A,
and loses
within
one
5
game and then they're like,
minutes, they
okay,
sell.
you're
They get rid of
sacked.
him.
We're gonna bring in someone else.
Yeah. Didn't Milan get rid of Gianpaolo or Gianpaolo,
Yeah,
whatever
but I
his
mean,
name is,
that was,
last year for like after 3 games?
but that was like a move that you saw change the team instantly.
Yeah, and
for the better.
it benefit. But that's what I'm saying. Like
They got rid of Gianpaolo, who was a bad coach, and proved that when he was there.
with Sampdoria, it was pretty good actually.
Like Joe,
man. You can't-
Sampdoria, Milan, Roma, Milan. Like you're comparing these bottom feeder teams.
I know,
to
but
these high-
I'm
I don't
just
get where
saying,
you're trying to say.
My theory is, where does every coach? No coach besides Pirlo starts off on this world class team
No,
and then continues that. You know what I mean? Like they start off like Pep with Barca. When he came there, it wasn't really the best of times for
But-
Barcelona. He built them to that. Conte
but
with Juve.
Joe, look at what coaches. Look at Conte's record before Juve. What he did, he brought like 3 teams up from Serie B to Serie A. He had a good thing going.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
What did Gianpaolo do?
Nothing. He kept Sampdoria in Serie A for 2 years.
That's impressive
and
in
they're-
itself.
no,
with
but they were
no
but
budget.
they were built as like a mid-table team. They already had players. They had Quietella. They had these guys on the team.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it wasn't like they were like a relegation team, and then all of a sudden they were a mid-table team. And you're like, wow, this guy's something special. Like, look what he's doing. He was an average coach. Milan jumped at him, realized that, wow, we messed up, got rid of him. They brought in Pioli, and now look what Pioli's done with his club. Does Ibra have a big part in it? For me, I think so. I think Ibra really, like, when he came, he installed a lot of, like, mentality into these young players.
Yeah, that leadership.
But
they were lacking that,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah, but you can't take anything away from Pioli, because in the day, he's still the one choosing the lineups, and he's still, seeing what players are fit, what players fit best in his playing style, and he goes with it.
Yeah. Back to the original argument before we strayed to Sampdoria and Bari and whatever. I think Simeone's tactics are brilliant still.
I don't.
Aside the fact, like, whatever, I think
he's great. I think he's a great
brilliant.
coach, but his I just think his tactics are, like, limited. Like, he limits himself to where he can coach.
That's his flaw. He it's not like he just snaps his fingers and the next thing you know, his team could go on this crazy attacking spree and, like, they know how to turn the screws like that. No, like, that's where I will say he is flawed, because I feel like it's just, like, absorb pressure, counterattacking. It's the same tactic every game.
That's all it is.
Even against the lower end teams, you'll see him do that.
And that's why they struggle, because those lower end teams, they see you sitting back, they got nothing to lose. They're gonna come at you. They'll get that first goal, and then you're like, okay, now we gotta chase it. Now we gotta score. We gotta pop in a goal, and that's why sometimes you'll see them lose against these teams that you never even heard of. Like, what was that team from Elche?
Elche. Elche is gonna be my new favorite.
What is it?
Team
Crazy, Joe. This weekend. Got a notification on my phone. Barca actually took the lead for once.
They took the lead. They won 4-0.
Yeah, they weren't losing.
They ran
for
away
once.
with it for one.
Well, sure, they bought 15 attackers to replace Messi.
Aubameyang and Adama Traore. That's all you need.
I think they only have like 3 registered midfielders, but like 10 attackers.
Now, do you think Barcelona next season could actually be like a force within the league?
Nah, not if Mbappe and Chouameni.
Yeah, I think right now, in terms of, like, teams in La Liga, I think Real Madrid's built right now
they're gonna be
better.
the top 2 teams regardless.
But Barca, Barca, I think, is going to be more set for, like, the third year, fourth year. Like, when the players they get a little bit more experience, they kind of see who they want to build around, start bring in more guys, and then I think Barca will get up.
If you're Barcelona, do you heavily pursue Haaland, or do you just leave him alone, let him do his thing, let him choose somewhere else?
Honestly,
I don't.
They're in a weird spot because they have so many attackers. They'd have to offload.
I was gonna say, like, obviously, if they offload, like, Aubameyang doesn't sign, because they just got it for a dry loan, right?
Because the pie
they want to sell.
Go to Tottenham.
Dembele, I heard he's linked with, like, PSG
and
Chelsea.
Who knows?
Adama, did they buy Adama? Barca?
I think it's a loan.
So I mean,
option to buy. I think
if all those players depart, then 100% I go for him.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
But he has that lingering injury, so who knows how he comes back.
That's a thing that now you have to see if he's gonna be a persistent thing, that it's gonna keep happening. That every couple of months you're gonna have this injury.
Well, no, I think he could come back and play at the level he was at. It's just a matter of Dortmund relying on him, right? So, like, the second he's, like, even 70% fit, they just throw him there, because who are they relying on for their goals?
Look how bad they've been
Donny
without him.
Mullen.
No, exactly. Wait, who?
Donny Mullen.
Oh, I thought you said Van de Beek. I'm like, wait, what? He's not there.
But
he might be a product of their system, though. Haaland.
Of who?
Nah,
Dortmund.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We'll see what happens if he ever leaves.
You know what I think it comes down to? I think this injury. If he's thinking this injury, like, he's like, I want to take another year, then he might stay at Dortmund another year, and if he gets injured again, then I think he might get stuck into, like, that Dortmund.
I guess we just gotta see how he performs.
I mean, personally speaking, I wouldn't mind that.
But
I would like if a great player like that decided he wanted to stay on Dortmund.
But if Barca, if they bring in a guy like that, okay, they have him. Then you brought in Fernan Torres. I would keep Adama for now.
You got to keep him Dembele at that point. Then if you're running an attack of Torres, Haaland, Dembele, it's the only way you compete with, like, Rodrigo, Vinny,
but they're gonna have to make some money on someone.
Yeah,
I'm selling Ousmane Dembele personally.
He's gonna be a free anyways, though. So
plus he's
a free in the summer.
Isn't
so they got to sell Frankie de Jong.
Isn't Coutinho going back there too?
Well, Aston Villa could.
I think they have I think they have, like, a thing to buy.
Yeah, I know they have an option.
Which I think they might, because he's been.
I mean, they have the money, and if he's doing well enough, why not?
For Barca, I think, like, him, don't like, just whatever you can, try to sell him, because I wouldn't bring him back. You saw whether he can't fit or it's not his style.
Guy.
It's not his style. Then cut your losses, get rid of him for whatever.
Just accept
you can.
your reality.
But Barca's plan B for Haaland is Salah. So
see that,
What a plan B. Imagine that.
Yeah, if we can't get him, we'll go for Salah.
We'll just get the best player in the Prem.
See, I think Barca should be focusing more on like their midfield. I think, okay, go with your youth because look at these guys you're pulling out of your youth. Just go with it, run with it. But their defense, because their guys are getting older.
I mean, Langley sucks.
Yes,
but they have Araujo.
Yeah, but now
They have one guy.
Yeah, but now Araujo.
No, but
now,
Christensen.
Christensen.
Build on Christensen.
Christensen.
He didn't agree to his first contract proposal. Now his extension.
I know that Chelsea was interested in him as well.
Yeah.
I don't talk about anything.
Hey, what about Tony Rudiger? He's going on a free somewhere.
I want to see where. Dude, I would love
if he leaves.
He comes back. To
I mean,
Roma.
I know that a lot of the guys who bid
Joe.
said that they're gonna.
He's a champion, man.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to a bottom feeder. He wants to go to somebody.
He wants to win. He wants to win more. He's hungry for titles.
I just hope he doesn't go to another Prem team if he does.
No, I don't think so.
But I know they're gonna prioritize like signing him. Whoever takes over, I just hope it happens kind of quickly.
What if he goes to Liverpool?
No, I can't.
He wants to be coached by another German coach.
No.
Christensen
said he's going to respect Chelsea and he's not going to listen to any offers from other Premier clubs.
Him and Kai Havertz go to Liverpool. The German boys, the Klopp, mink, yeah.
I'm telling you, they like the life.
I think it'd probably be PSG.
No,
I
could.
No, I
feel like
was gonna say I see
Chelsea
Rudiger going to thing. Like if he leaves, yeah.
I can see him going to Madrid.
PSG though, they're not in the best of states either right now.
No.
From like all the reports and whatever with Nasser Al-Khelaifi, like the fans now are rejecting him for trying to get him to resign. Booing Messi.
Yeah, after I seen that, I saw them booing.
I'm sorry, how do you
Messi
boo
and
Messi?
booing Neymar?
It's the same fans that were flooded the airport for his arrival.
Yeah. Exactly, the same fans that were preaching about how they're going to do this and that. Yeah, like, I'm sorry.
Are you really going to blame the guy?
No, this is a downfall. This summer's a downfall of that team. I think Barca is going to try to bring.
Did you watch the team play?
And Neymar.
Like, did you not watch that game?
The best player is Verratti, the best Italian midfielder ever.
Yeah.
Not ever, but one of the best.
Who's better than him? I don't want to hear Pirlo.
No.
Who's better than Verratti?
I prefer not to speak.
Because just say I won't even argue.
Yeah, he has to be. He has to be in that conversation.
He is in the conversation, but I wouldn't say he is.
Okay, so I just tell me who's better than. I'm not going to argue it. I just want to hear your choice.
Better than Verratti. That's Italian.
Yes. Better Italian midfielder than Verratti.
Pirlo.
What can Pirlo do that Verratti couldn't?
No, they could do the exact same things. It's just one has won a World Cup, so it's more sentimental and lives more with me.
Can't really base it off a World Cup.
Wow,
dude.
And the fact that he could put the ball wherever he wants. His vision is better. His shooting is better as well. Have you ever seen Verratti take a shot? Answer that question.
But his defending is way better.
Yes,
and his passing,
but that's not...
I would say his passing is
passing.
The same
I'd probably say that I'd say equal. Same with the dribbling.
Insane.
The dribbling, I would say, like the fact that they can't be dispossessed, that'd probably be the same. Yes, Verratti, I would say, is niftier than
Pirlo's
Pirlo.
shooting is probably the only thing he takes over.
I mean, we're comparing every stat, not stat, like
but
attribute.
Pace, I'm taking Verratti. Defending, I'm taking Verratti. Pirlo's fast. Stop talking about
Pirlo.
But you didn't need to run.
He's like Jorginho.
In his position, you didn't need to run.
Pirlo looked faster than Jorginho. Like Pirlo, it just looked sometimes like he was just like floating. Like he wasn't fast, but he just looked. Jorginho. The refs walking past him, and you just see Jorginho just
sprinting
full on. The refs just walking past him. And you're like,
Poor
wow,
man.
Jorginho's slow.
I feel bad for that guy.
But hell of a player, man.
Yeah, hey, and actually might be going to Juve.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
He's one of those players that doesn't want to be around the controversy.
No, but hey, I'm fine with that because I feel like we milked him out of the best that he'll ever play in his life.
Yeah, you got some of his best years of it. Like look at the season he had.
Yeah.
So I mean, he is replaceable. We could replace him with
100%.
with a Gallagher. You know what I mean? Like we have guys who can come into the club. So
well, like,
I'm fine with getting rid of him.
He is. Like we talked about this last week. I think he is replaceable. He's not a guy you're like we're gonna miss big time. But I think that like there will be a void at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
because he is
still that. The way he controls. He's past the Kai last week.
No, don't get me wrong. Again, his vision and his overall composure in the midfield is gonna be deeply missed. But again, I feel like that's one of those things that you could replace very quickly. Like Kovacic. I honestly think Kovacic could replace Jorginho.
Oh yeah, Kovacic is
seamlessly. And nobody will realize it or give the credit to Kovacic at first, because I feel like his tenure at Chelsea has been like everyone's kind of just shit on him at first, and like nobody really gave him any credit, and he said he was this Modric flop and this and that and whatever.
Wait, who's this?
Kovacic.
Oh, yeah.
But like I feel like
he's been so underrated.
that's what I mean. Like I feel like he's really just flown under the radar, and like everyone's saying, "Who's next? Who's next?" Oh, Jorginho's leaving. What are we gonna do? Kovacic. I think he honestly slides into that role so perfectly. Now, does he have the composure of Jorginho? I don't know.
That's the thing
But-
that you have to see with time with him
But I
playing.
mean, you have N'Golo Kante beside you.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
You
Like,
really need
that's
to be
what I'm saying.
composed.
Like,
Like-
a team that N'Golo Kante is, like, you're safe. Whether
That's
it's-
that,
you're,
honestly,
you're around and you're the midfield.
He'd be the hardest
defense,
player
you're
for
safe.
Chelsea to replace.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be a
I
big
feel
loss.
like Gallagher, the amount that Gallagher runs, that he could be
man.
like
Kante-
Kante's another one that
replacement.
he's just built. The guy doesn't get
Obviously
tired.
he's not replaceable, but
His
like
feet
if
can't
I
touch the
am-
ground either.
Who?
Kante, I could guarantee it.
But
Yeah,
if I'm trying
but-
to replace him with anybody, it's got to be Gallagher. How
Yeah.
like
Wait,
his
you're
work rate.
replacing? Oh, Kante for Gallagher?
Yeah, if
Oh,
I
okay,
gotta
okay.
replace him.
And you guys,
Yeah,
you guys
his
already,
work rate.
you guys already own Gallagher,
Yeah,
right?
he even said when he was interviewed like early on in the season about like potentially signing with Crystal Palace. And
Yeah.
he said, "I'm not for sale this summer. Like
Yeah.
I want to go back to Chelsea."
Yeah.
Yeah, which,
See,
but
and that's
hey,
that's actually something
and
that's
he's
really
proven
nice.
himself.
That like the young kids
He
want to
wants to
stay
play.
loyal to
Yeah.
like their club team, and
Yeah.
that's something you don't see a lot of. Like
And Tuchel said
nowadays.
he has plans for him, so he's gonna bring him
Yeah,
back
yeah.
that's crazy. That's
if we have a club. I guess
Hopefully,
Or
you
maybe-
guys don't turn into London Blue
Yeah,
or the
I don't
Blue
know.
Lions.
we're gonna lose rights to our own team. Now.
Stamford Bridge is just gonna be called Metal Bridge or something. Like it just everything's going.
I
to
hope
shambles.
something happens quick, man. Just I think that's what they're trying to really push. Those like more of a quick sale rather than what's better for the club. It's more of like okay, let's get this over. with.
Yeah, they just want to get it over and done with, and
Yeah.
then hopefully it pans out. That's the thing, though. Who do you prefer? I feel like we're jumping from topic to topic here, but
It's
hey,
always-
No,
it's
we're
gonna
kind
take a
of
couple
just kind of
blocks.
just kind of just going
you know?
through like
You gotta go
some
back
of
to
the
move
some of the
forward.
transfers and stuff right now.
Exactly. You know, how do you live?
Who do I prefer? Well,
That's what I was
I
gonna
do
say,
not
like-
prefer the Bowley Consortium. That would be the third. If I'm choosing out of the three, I mean, obviously I'm going to take Saudi. The plans that they have for the club, plus the money they could invest into the team.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you say no?
For the great, I was gonna
But
say, future wise, I feel like that would probably be
Yeah.
your best bet. If they
They're
also
like,
stay
the
true
owner
to
is the guy who owns Saudi Media Group is like $500 billion richer than City's owner. So I mean, what kind of transfer window do we have?
Yeah, but wait,
And-
is he richer than Newcastle's owner?
Yeah, he is
Oh,
richer
he
than
is?
both. Yeah, he's richer
and
than both.
first,
Oh my God.
first
He's 1.4
transfer
trillion. His
Not-
company turns
no, not-
$700 billion
No,
a
yeah,
year.
I kind of don't want this thing to happen, man.
Yeah, no,
If everything,
but
if
Nick
this
Candy
thing
would
goes
be-
to Chelsea, could be scary, man.
Yeah, if we get, but like I said, it's a politically sensitive owner.
Yeah.
So I feel
No,
like
I feel like they're gonna be a lot more careful.
I said that they're
going
a long
into
way
it.
off. Yeah. So, but I mean, Nick Candy would also be good though. He's been a Chelsea fan since he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he actually came out the other day.
who's Nick Candy? I'm sorry. Like,
He's a property development
I feel like I should know
guy.
the
Him and his
name.
brother, property developers.
Yeah.
Like just they're based out of the UK.
Okay.
So he's actually received a lot of like other investors have reached out to him because they want to get on board with him.
Is that where one of those? I think there's a Swiss guy.
No, that's the Hans.
Oh, that's
Hans
something
Jörg
else.
Wiss is with Bowley.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's
Okay.
him,
Okay.
Hans
Okay.
Jörg, and another the Tottenham
Oh, I
fan
thought.
guy.
Okay.
Which we're probably gonna try to run a
Why would a
club into the
Tottenham
mud.
fan? I was gonna say, why would he want? That's literally just him wanting to sabotage.
Yeah,
the
100%.
whole- the
But they're
spring
leading the
and
race.
something.
But no, Nick Candy I think would be good because he has other investors trying to come in on it
Yeah.
because they think it's really good that he's based out of the UK and they can have somebody
Yeah,
like on the
they have
grounds
someone
there.
that's there.
Yeah, and
that's
he
huge
came
for
out the other
an
day saying that if like the club needed any short term funding, that he'd be happy to help. Like he said, he loves the club. He's been a fan since he was 4. His
Yeah.
dad was asked to play for the club. So I think if somebody who cares about the club, he'd be the best option because
Yeah.
he even said that he throws a representative of the fan on the board.
Oh, that's
Wow,
good.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, but that fan apparently would be heavily against the Super League. So it'd be like a 50-50.
I used to be against the Super League. Now I'm all for the Super League.
Yeah.
With this
Hey,
new
I mean, so
format,
am I.
with this whole format that's going on with Champions League, when is it next year
Which
or
one?
the year afterwards?
Champions
They,
League.
yeah, they want to. I think they want to
Yeah.
start that next year or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
But
that's absurd.
But wait,
What
go
do we
back
at?
to the Chelsea.
Yeah,
thing.
sorry,
One
sorry,
more
sorry,
second.
sorry,
One second.
my bad.
Just, and I also know one thing for the sale though that they're they open like the books because we have an enormous wage bill, and like they want to make sure that they know and they're not blindsided by anything.
Yeah.
So they want somebody who can take it over quickly and also make sure that everybody's getting paid on time and what they were already getting paid.
So essentially,
there's no fishy things.
So
going
essentially, right now, sorry, just to like kind of iron it out.
Yeah.
The club is for sale.
Yeah.
But Roman Abramovich isn't getting any of the money.
No. So the Rain Group in the U.S. is overseeing the sale. The government.
Rain Group.
They're called the Rain Group. It's a bank in.
Okay.
So they're dealing with the sale of the club. The government said that they're not going to step in on it. That they are going to leave it to the Rain Group, but the approval has to obviously go through.
Yeah, the government has
the government and the Prem and all that
stuff.
So
are these bids are these numbers that are being thrown at the club? They're just bids. They're not like, oh yeah, like the Rain Group's not coming out and saying, hey, we think the club is worth 2.5 billion. This is what you need.
Well, Roman I think wanted like 3 or something, and these are all the offers are going to be over 2. So I think the Bowley one was 2.5. The Saudi media was 2.7. I think Nick Candy is, I don't know if he's officially bid yet, but it's going to be around 2.5.
He just wants to give them.
And it has to be an all cash offer.
All cash.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
those
are like
those
are like 2 key things: is all cash and highest offer.
What, do they avoid the taxes or
So
something?
when are they looking pretty? Like I know that you said that on Friday they're gonna that's the last day for the bids. So when are they looking to actually try to
I think
sell
they
the
said
club?
that they'll find a new owner within 4 to 6 weeks, but it'll take a couple months for it to be like official.
But you'll
selling
know
a club is
no, obviously.
it's
not
they
just,
said 4 to 6 by the end of the month. Essentially, they said that
you'll
there
know
should be a new owner announced.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully,
well, at least you if the fans will know what's
exactly.
happening and
Yeah.
who's gonna be in charge of their club.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just want to go back to this whole cash thing. What?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Why I genuinely why
that
cash?
I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure.
That sounds so fishy. What, does Boris Johnson want to go on some riverboat gambling trips with cash? like what's that about? Why?
I have no idea what that.
That one I have no.
I feel like that is the most unprofessional way of paying, but yet you want one of the biggest clubs in England, if not the biggest club.
Yeah, but maybe they don't get taxed on it. It's like instead of getting 2.5, you're getting like 1 point something.
Yeah, okay, but
I don't know if that's how that works.
That's not really
Maybe they're
business.
saving
That's
on
not
tax.
really a professional business-like thing, though.
Oi, bro, give me 2.5.
Yeah, like
No tax.
Like, who's running this? Are the sidemen in on this
no,
deal?
that's-
Like, are they the ones doing it? Like, what's going on?
This whole deal is just there's so much.
They
Like,
want to
stuff
say that
you
Roman
hear about it.
Abramovich was corrupt and he was the one, the problems and his business deals and
There's
this
so
and
much-
that.
There's so much
What
more
is that? They
corruption than
want
Roman.
cash.
There's so
Cash
much
only and
more.
highest offer is going to be like 2 key points to that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no,
That
there's
is
so much
crazy.
more corruption that's gonna that came out and it's gonna come.
Oh
out in this.
yeah, and then you're gonna see something in the news coming out afterwards that like all the cash that was given, they don't know where that went.
No, yeah, no,
it's disappeared.
Yeah.
Did they even give the
Yeah,
cash?
we have to pay off a couple of things now,
Yeah,
and there's no more money left. So Chelsea's gonna fold and be the Blue Boys.
Just like the guys that bought Milan, but they had no cash.
Yeah, no. Sorry, we got no more money.
Yeah,
or Steve with Inter. He's like, no, we got so much money. We're gonna put so much money. Then, sorry guys, the government won't let me spend any money.
Wonder why these clubs go through that dark time.
Yeah, no wonder. Look at the guys who they sell it to.
You know, Julian,
look,
I feel bad for you guys.
because
You guys-
honestly-
thinking about it all, and it honestly even sucks because like Marina, who's been working with Roman, our director.
I used to
Yeah.
think that was his wife. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
No, she's been working with him like since before he bought Chelsea.
Yeah.
So she might leave now too. But Nick Candy met with her and the chairman the other day privately.
Yeah.
Whether that be saying, hey, any short term funding, I'll pay. I'll help. I'll give you guys money type
That's
thing.
good.
Yeah.
Or hey, if I win the bid, then like I do want you guys to stay. Because
I
now
feel
they're
like-
saying that like him, Bruce Buck, Marina, and Czech are most likely on their way out once a new owner comes in.
Well, I feel like Nick Candy, if he says he's a big supporter and whatever, Marina's been Roman's right hand man, so she basically knows the club.
I think
inside and
I think
out.
she stays if Nick.
I was gonna say
Nick
I feel like
takes over.
he probably did mention the short term funding too.
Yeah.
But he also probably said I want you to.
She'd be a big loss.
Yeah,
She-
he'd probably try to
100%.
convince. He'd probably try to
I feel like
convince her.
she's
her.
convinced
Huge
everyone
loss.
to come to your team.
Yeah, Koundé was basically done. Now we're gonna be with no
We don't
center
even
backs
know.
next season.
Who knows if who's gonna come now? Joe, how we doing with time?
Time wise, hold on. Wow, time flies. It really does.
Are we about that time now?
It's about that time.
We're gonna wrap things up.
We're gonna wrap things up right now. I'm just basically Amato's parrot.
Yeah, no,
repeating
I don't know why he's
everything
repeating everything I'm saying, but
I'm repeating everything he's saying.
All right, guys, this was a great episode. This was our first episode with our guest Julian.
First special guest.
Yeah, it was a big
Round of
episode
applause
today.
for Julian. Thanks for coming, Julian.
Thanks,
Is
Julian.
the button working yet?
No, the button's not
Yeah,
working.
no,
Adam.
Joe, you can hit the button
Can I
for
press
him.
the button?
You can hit the button for him. Thanks, Julian.
To hold it. Nice. Love that.
But yeah, I think it was we covered a lot of Chelsea stuff today.
I feel like that was the main point of this whole thing, right?
Yeah, no, to go more in depth with everything that's going on with Chelsea now and the sale. And next week we are probably going to jump a little bit more into Serie A
Yeah,
with
we
our
have
friend
Slow
Alessandro.
things down a bit.
Yeah, make it a
go in-
snail's pace.
Go into a couple things with that. I might talk about the Super League. We mentioned it today. Go a little bit into that.
I don't want to hear that with Sano.
But no, we're definitely gonna talk about that. But no, other than that, if you guys haven't done already, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and YouTube. Now we're on YouTube. We got our first video up.
You could see my legs.
Ultras
not touching
11.
the ground.
Can you? Yeah, you can definitely see them now. I'm definitely gonna put that in the video.
Yeah, you can.
Follow us on there. Subscribe to us. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.